Hi, this is Daniel Surf. My YouTube channel is Daniel Surf 1 Space Surf. I'm here to talk to you about my speech. Well, this is a continuation to the speech I said 5 days ago called Peaceful Beginning. So, I wanted to go in more depth than the last time I read the speech. Now I want to go in more depth with you on what it meant. So first, there was the themes. There was a lot of themes. I can name off some of them. One was killing, stopping killing, giving hope to others, family and friends help each other and are there for each other. Pain is something we have to deal with. Hope is something that gives us strength. And there were so many others, but those, and then, there was the definitions of light and darkness, and how the world is full of light and darkness, good and evil. So, but they all circled around one thing, one idea, and that is peace. I made that speech because I wanted it to be something that would get people thinking. I wanted you to read it and think about it. I wanted your brain to get thinking about it, thinking about all these different themes, so that you would get the conclusion that they would all go together for one big thing, which is peace. I made it that way, so I even put in a part about peace to get people to come to that conclusion, because I wanted to make sure that when they read it, that they came to that conclusion, that idea of peace. I talked about how we should stop killing, because killing is wrong. How light gives us strength, it's hope, power, everything good in the world. I talked about how we should work together and help one another when we're depressed or sad, or when we feel like we're all alone. I talked about how family and friends are always going to be there to help you, and are always there when you need them. I talked about all of that to get you to think about peace. And why? Because peace is the one thing that people think is probably the most impossible thing to achieve. They think about peace and say, that's impossible. But it's not impossible to have peace. It's actually very possible. Because, if you keep thinking about it, if you believe that we can have peace, if everyone in the world believed that we could have peace, that we could end all killing, end all wars, end all pain, end all suicides, end all depression, end all feeling alone, then we could have peace. You see, I believe that peace can only be achieved when we truly understand one another and help each other when we need it. When we unite as one. I'm not talking physically. I'm talking mentally. Unite as one to help one another through the good times and the bad times. Because we're going to have a lot of bad times, and they're going to hurt. We're going to have to go through them. It's better to do it together than alone. So that's what I mean by peace. I mean peace of uniting everyone to work together, to help each other, to be there for each other, to inspire each other, to give each other hope, to give each other a belief that there will and there will always be a better future when you look for it. So that's why I put all these different themes. You thinking about the idea of peace in hopes that you would figure out your own idea for bringing peace. And I also did it for another reason. I wanted to show people that there are a lot of things that have to do with peace. A lot of bad things and a lot of good things. The good things being friends and family, how they are there for you to help. So that's something that would unite us. Also talked about hope and light, and how there's always light even in the darkest of places, and how we control how much light is in the world, and how darkness is in the world, but we can fight against it so that light will shine bright and eventually eliminate the darkness completely. And it talks about pain, how we all experience it, so that brings us closer together. I talked about how we all share a bond, unspoken bond, of course. We don't all talk to each other, we don't all know each other, but we have an unspoken bond where that we all experience one thing in our whole lives: pain. We all deal with pain. We all make mistakes, and that should be able to unite us, not turn us against each other. We all have loved ones that we care about and want to protect. We've all fought in wars for our loved ones, for what we believed. So we should all work together. To protect and make sure that no one has to lose what they love or lose what they believe. I also think that we all share this connection because we're all human. We're all human, so why should we fight each other? Just because we have different beliefs, different ideas, different facts, different ways of thinking, that's not a good thing to do. We can end all fighting. We can have peace if we stop fighting over stupid things like that. Just because we don't share the same beliefs doesn't mean we should start wars over it. Just because we want to protect something precious to us, something that we love, something that we do anything for, doesn't mean we have to start a war about it. We can all protect what we love together, because that's better. If we focused more on helping each other rather than hurting each other, rather than causing war with each other, rather than arguing with each other, rather than finding a way to make someone else's beliefs sound stupid, then we would have peace. We would have a better life. Everyone would be happy. Everyone would be able to get on with their lives. Yes, we all have a difference of opinion. That doesn't mean we should fight about it. It just means that we have different opinions, and we should, because we're all different. We're all different people. We're not the same people. We don't think the same. Some people may see guns as bad. Some people may see them as good for protection. That's their opinion. We don't know if that's true because we don't know about what they did if they didn't have guns. We don't truly know how they felt without guns or weapons, because we weren't there when the Indians were here with their spears or anything like that. We weren't there, so we don't know how they learned, how they thought. Should we try to understand them? I think we should. I think we should try to understand everyone. We should try to understand our history, all the wars up till now, the one we're fighting right now, well, kind of fighting with ISIS, which is bad. We should try to understand what ISIS is trying to do. I'm not saying we should surrender, but I'm saying we should try to figure out what we can do to stop this fight with ISIS without having to lose so much in the process. I am a peaceful guy. I don't like to start fights. I don't really want to start fights. I see no reason to start a fight when I could just talk. Because the greatest weapon I have isn't my fist. It's my words. As I said, words hurt worse than any hit, any punch, any kick. Words are stronger than using your fist. Anyone can throw a punch, but it takes a real person, a really strong person, to use his words to end a fight. So, why don't we just use our words instead of our fists, our weapons, our guns, knives, whatever weapon you may think, or whatever weapon you use. Let's use our words. Let's talk out of problems. Not start fights about them, not cause a war, not bring in hatred, not bring revenge, not bring more pain. Because if we do, it's going to be a cycle. It's going to go on, it's going to go on, and on, and on, and on, until eventually we're in a war again, and then again, and again, and again, because it's going to be a cycle, because it's going to happen again. If we haven't learned from the first time, it's going to happen again. World War I, it happened again. World War II, we didn't learn. Apparently, we should learn. The world didn't learn from that time, so we should learn this time. And now we have another war. Not technically a large-scale war, but it's a war with ISIS. So the world hasn't learned again. It's a cycle. We can break that cycle. It's a curse. It's a curse, but we can end that curse by working together, by talking out our problems instead of fighting about them. So, I want you guys to not fight about your problems, but talk them out. If you have a different opinion with someone, don't get mad, don't start a fight, just breathe slowly, close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out, and just say, well, okay, I expect you for telling me your opinion. And just walk away. You shouldn't start a fight. You shouldn't get mad at them, because that's only going to lead to a fight, and then you're going to get hurt. Then your friends are going to get hurt because they're going to want to protect you, and then his friends or their friends are going to fight back in retaliation, and it's going to be a huge fight, and then it will lead to a war, because then the parents will get involved, and then their parents will get involved, and then there will be a war, and then people will get hurt, and some may die. Probably most will die, because war only leads to killing, mass killing, killing a bunch of people. That's what war is, and that's not right. So we shouldn't try and start a war. We should try to prevent wars by talking out our problems instead of arguing about them and starting fights. So, I want you guys to not fight, but to talk out your problems, so that we don't end up having to go through the pain of war, because no one wants to experience war. No one wants to die. It's just common sense. So I would like to thank you for your time.